me a favor, though? I'm going to have you actually get closer to the table so you can get much closer to the microphone. Oh, no, not even like that side.
Oh, yeah.
Just move the chair even closer in. No, so not rotating it, but just physically moving the back of the chair towards the table. Yeah, I got you.
Am I stupid?
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
I got
Oh,
you.
my God.
No,
okay.
you good. You good.
Stand up a little bit slightly. I'm just going to push this in.
Okay.
Keep going a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. I'm going to stand up for a second.
Okay.
Gonna go even more, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, just move it with me in it.
Okay,
a
good.
little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
We got all this on camera. Great.
Okay.
Awesome. And so, yeah, just try to keep this much distance between the mic and your face.
Okay.
Or no more than that.
Hey, am I close enough?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. You don't want to scoop me?
Levels with you. Whenever
You can scoop me if you want to scoop me. You can scoop me.
So my mic is on right now?
I think so. I believe so.
Okay.
Can you hear yourself?
Hello? Yeah, I can. It doesn't sound super loud, but I do hear myself.
Got you.
So you don't want to face
there
out
I
too
am.
much more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Ah, cool.
Yeah.
This is the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze. We got Lexi Kennedy in the building.
This is a podcast that's never on time. That's why it's inconsistent with Rob Haze. ROBHAZE. And he's born in Atlanta. Twin.
How's it going?
I'm happy to be here.
You happy to be here?
Yeah.
Dope. Happy to have you here. I met you in Atlanta.
Yes. I was
at the Laughing Skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laughing Skull.
But you live in New York?
Yeah, I live in New York City. I'm from New York City.
You're from New York?
Yeah.
What part?
I'm from the Bronx.
From the Bronx?
Yes.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I lived up here for a few years, but yeah, I live in LA now, but I'm from Atlanta.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my first podcast ever.
This your first podcast?
Yeah, that's why I'm nervous.
Okay. All right. Don't be nervous.
Yeah. A lot of people ask me, but I always just say no.
Why?
Because I had to get my thoughts together because I literally have like a million thoughts. I feel like everybody's probably like they have so many thoughts, but I have so many thoughts. So I'm like, if I go on a podcast, like I want to, just be a little bit more well-spoken, for interviews.
Yeah, no, I can be unarticulate at times. Unarticulate. I don't know. I can sometimes, stutter, mess up my words.
Well, the internet's the internet, and when you think something, but you can't always convey it.
Right.
So I'm I was getting paranoid. I was seeing so much on Twitter, people were just clip farming so many things out of context with a lot of celebrities, just random things. But I'm oh my God, I would hate if that happened to me. So
right.
I need to get my thoughts together so people don't clip farm me.
I mean, I think you can't help it. If something's going to be out of context, that's part of context is, things can be misconstrued.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
I guess it's just inevitable, maybe.
I don't know if it's inevitable, but but I think when it happens, it's not always in your control.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't want to scare you from recording podcasts.
Oh my gosh, no, you're not gonna scare me. I when you asked, I'm oh yeah, I would be comfortable shooting with you.
Yeah.
So you're someone that I said yes to. I'm I feel like you would make me feel comfortable.
Gotcha.
Because we're friends.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not on your and friends show.
I mean, I'm I'm selfish, and I wanted to take a lot of space to, like, if it was up to me, it would just be me. But I was just like, well, I don't know if I could sell a just me show. So then I was just like, yeah, let me, I asked people, they said yes, and then it was just kind of, it wasn't like, I don't know. I guess I could have had other people, but I just stuck to my guns, stuck to the people I, thought would come through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you out and about on the weekends. Ain't no telling where you gonna be on a Saturday.
I would have came through.
Maybe if you in town, maybe you might be somewhere else, another planet or something.
I'm like, my friend is coming to New York and didn't put me on his and friends show.
It's not like that. It's not like that. It's not like that one bit. I feel like you making it a thing, and it's not a thing.
I'm just kidding.
I got you.
A little bit. But yeah, no, I'm not really hurt. I did just want to bring that up, though.
Why?
Well, because I did, like, teeny tiny bit feel some type of way.
Really?
Well, not like, see, this is the thing. Not in a way, like, where, like, I care beyond this conversation. Just, like, care enough for me to bring it up.
I got you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, okay. I really only met you one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm friendly. I'm accepting the friend.
We're not besties.
Category, but I don't really know if, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Who knows? Like, I don't know much about you.
Okay, yeah. So you need to. So this is like why we're here.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're gonna figure out some things about me. A lot of people don't know a lot about me.
Right. Yeah. What do you like to do for fun?
In the summer, I like to hula hoop.
Hula hoop.
Yeah, I'm really good at hula hooping.
How long can you hula hoop before you're like, I'm done with this thing?
No, hours. I have a little secret spot. It's a secret spot, so I'm not going to give away too much. But I have a little secret spot in the West Village. Okay. And I go when the weather's nice, and I just hula hoop for hours.
Okay. Like, do you do anything different with are there pro hula hoops? Like, is there like a hula hoop you could buy and it's like, this with the real hula? You know, like you go to the skating rink.
There are.
And it's like the skates that you rent for $1, and then the people come in and they got their own skates and they're out there skating backwards.
Yeah, there are. It just depends how I'm feeling. Like, I have like one that just lights up, and sometimes I'll choose that over like my actual athletic one just because like I love that it lights up.
Okay.
So there's like a weighted hula hoop, which is really good for fitness. If you have a weighted one, that helps you.
A weighted hula hoop.
But I will literally choose my light up one over a weighted hula hoop anytime. But I can hula hoop on my neck. I can hula hoop on my arms. I can hula hoop on my waist. I can hula hoop on my knees, and I can hula hoop on my feet. So I can hula hoop head to toe.
On your feet?
Yeah.
What's that like? So it's going like this way?
It's like
or are you doing it like a skip it?
Yeah, like a skip it. I could do it like I put it on one foot and then I hop over it and I keep spinning it around.
A weighted hula hoop, where's the weight?
So you put the weight, it's like, I think they put like sand or something like in the hula hoop. You can make your own weighted hula hoop. You could literally crack because I've done this, like that's how much I've been hula hooping.
Okay.
But you could crack it open and you could put sand and then you could tape it back and that weighs it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the weight helps it go around longer?
No, the weight is like better for fitness. Like if you had like ankle weights or something on you.
Got you.
Yeah.
So it's harder to a weighted hula hoop.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You get a really heavy one. Sometimes it hurts. If I were to do like a really heavy one for like an hour, I would have like marks like all on my.
Really? They need to make a hula hoop movie. I don't know if the masses know. Like, I think when Save the Last Dance, when she took her shoe off and her feet were all bloody, that was like a moment where we were all like, I never even thought about ballerina's toes. you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I didn't even know there was this whole world. How long can you hula hoop before a little kid walks up and says, hey, it's my turn?
So that's actually really funny. So when I don't go to my secret spot, when I just like do it like in my hood, like kids will come up to me at the park and they will like ask to see it and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, scram.
You shoo the kids away?
Oh yeah. For my hula hoop, yeah.
But you showing them how to hula hoop in a very like,
oh my God, wait, that
I'm
sounds...
a guest on Sesame Street or Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood way. If you out here, I see you hula hooping with the wrist, hula hooping around your leg, and then a little kid walks up and they're like, yo, you got to teach me. And then you're just like, get out of here.
Well, no, if they were to like ask me, maybe that would be different. Like if they asked me to teach them something, but they're like, oh my God, like can I use it next? I'm like, this isn't a communal hoop.
But they want to do what you did. They might have never seen anybody hula hoop around the neck before.
When you put it like that, it makes me sound like terrible.
I mean, you sound like a bit of a hula hoop Scrooge a little bit.
No, I just take it really seriously. I think if I was just doing it, like, just to, like, do it, like, I would be like, okay, like, sure, you could use it. But if I'm outside and hula hooping, it's part of my workout routine.
Got
so
you.
I probably have, like, a goal or, like, a time I'm trying to meet. I know if I'm, like, doing it on my neck, people are like, oh, this girl, like, she's just goofing around. But, like, that's part of my workout, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're taking it seriously. You got your game face on. How do you transport a hula hoop? Is there, like, a holder that you could put on it? Does it have like
so
a jacket?
Obnoxious. No, I literally just pretty much, I will go around New York City. I'll literally ride the subway. Like I'll go around New York City and I'll just have it on my shoulder and carry it around like this. And one time I had this blonde wig on and like this, you know, all this makeup, and I was hula hooping that day. I was just hula hooping as like one of my alter egos. So I was hula hooping, and then I go into Trader Joe's and I check out, and the cashier is like, oh my God, are you Lexi Kennedy? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, the comedian, right? Like, I love your stuff. And I was like, oh my God, like, you recognize me? And he's like, well, you have a hula hoop. You're the only person walking around here with a huge hula hoop. Yeah.
So he identified you by the hula hoop.
Yeah. I thought I wouldn't be recognized.
This is what you got to do. You got to walk around with two. Now you look like an atom.
Like this.
You know what I'm saying? You have them like
I bring it everywhere, though. I tried to bring my hula hoop into Barclays. They stopped me. I was trying to flirt with the security guard. I was like, please, can I bring my hula hoop in? Because they kept sending me to people. They're like, we've never had this issue before. We don't know if you could bring it. I was like, no, I need to bring my hula hoop in. So I was like going to security guard.
Where were you going to see?
So I was going to Kill Tony. And
oh, okay.
Yeah, I was
all
going to
right.
Kill Tony.
You might need it for that.
Yeah, and I was like trying to bring my hula hoop, and they were being really mean to me about it. And one guy was like, man, like, I don't want to stop you because I know you're going to do your thing, but like, you made me laugh.
They said it up top, you can't bring a hula hoop.
Yeah, he felt really, really bad. And he's like, but if I see you on the way out, you know, like, let me know what you're doing after. And I'm like, you think you're going to get my number? You wouldn't even let me get my hula hoop in.
I mean, you know, he might. What if he's got a hula hoop? What if they already told him no? And he's like, yo, I've been through this. You don't even know. That guy could be, you know, your hula hooping buddy. You didn't even know.
I know. I would have missed that opportunity. Do you want to be my hula hoop buddy?
I'm terrible at a hula hoop.
It's all in the hips.
Yeah, no, when I was a kid, it would always fall, like, all the way down to the ground. Yeah.
Darn, do you have, like, a straight build?
I don't.
Very, like,
I got some hips. It's just, I don't know. I just, after a while, I could probably do the arm better than I could do the waist, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah. I don't know. I haven't hula hooped in a long time, though. And I don't think I never did it with a real hula hoop. You know, I just did like, regular hollow. Maybe it's got some beads or something making noise in there type of thing.
I like those ones. Yeah.
The light up one, so you do that at night?
I do it in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't get like super bright, but it gets like, you know, evening bright. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just really cute. I saw some little girl at Light Up Sneakers the other day. I was like, I need to buy some Light Up sneakers, get my Light Up hula hoop, and just take on the world.
Okay. You said you have alter egos?
Oh yeah.
Is that a secret?
So people think no, it's not a secret because I made it known, but I kind of like tucked her away. So some people have been saying that she died.
It's just one?
Yeah, it's just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's blonde.
Yeah.
Okay. What's her name?
Her name is Hoochie.
Her name is Hoochie.
Yeah. Hoochie.
Okay, Hoochie. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, you could see I did great in language.
I mean, you probably were thinking that I was gonna go one way, and then, I went another way. I went a more like high chew, but
Do you crop certain parts of this out?
I can.
Oh yeah,
I can.
crop that part out. But yeah, so I have an alter ego named Hoochie, and she raps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she has music out. She has a single called Main Ho.
So wait, she raps?
Yeah.
Is her raps like available on like?
Yeah, she has one song out.
What's it called?
Main Ho.
And this is Hoochie.
Yes. I love her. She's so cool.
She's not blonde on this cover.
She's not blonde on the cover, but Hoochie's like a blonde.
This is Lexi.
Hoochie's like a blonde.
Lexi was on Hoochie's cover. That's so messed up.
I got down on one knee and I said, will you be my main host? My main host. I got down on one knee and I said, will you be
I feel like
here
this
right
beat's
now.
about to drop.
Wait, it is.
I got down on one knee and I
Okay.
said, will you be my main host? My main host. I got down on one knee.
So this is about women proposing.
Well, Hoochie would know a little bit more, but
Okay.
what Lexi thinks is that, Hoochie she's an icon, she's a bimbo, she's a hot girl, and that is like her international players anthem. So,
Okay.
Main ho, I got down on one knee and I said, will you be my main ho? Every bad, I don't want to say the word bitch. Because women aren't bitches. They're hoes. But anyway, I'm kidding.
Okay.
But yeah, so all the baddies have like a roster. Like all baddies have like, like a good roster, and we wanna have our favorite, or there's somebody on our roster who wants to be our favorite. So it's just about like having a main hoe. Yeah.
Got you. Interesting. So what made you create Hoochie? Or has this always been your alter ego? And then, like, it finally manifested into a song. But even when you were, like, in school and stuff, you were, like, like third period, I'm Hoochie.
Yeah, a little bit like that. She's, like, always existed, and I was trying to name her. And I used to parade around her. I used to parade around as her, like, full time.
Yeah.
And now I'm just, like...
That sounds like fun. That sounds like character work. Do you talk different when you do that?
Yeah.
And, like...
Hoochie talks totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a nerd. People don't think that I'm a nerd, but I'm literally, like, just a nerd. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like I literally I went on 3 dates with this guy, and on the third date he just looks at me in my eyes and he's like, oh my god, you're just like a hot nerd. And I was like, yeah, like you didn't know I was like nerdy? He's like, no, I wasn't picking up on that. I'm like, wow, what were you looking at this whole time?
I mean, I don't know if you could see somebody's nerdum in their eyes, but
well, I mean, like we had like 3 dates, so
Yeah.
I was talking to him like, like I was being me, and he's
Right.
like, oh, I didn't realize that.
interesting.
Yeah. But she's a nerd, and Hoochie's a hot girl. Hoochie's like so popular. She gets like all the boys. Yeah.
Oh. So, okay. All right. So you have how you are in the world, right? But then the world receives you one way. And so Hoochie is kind of like a compartmentalizing of like one way to go about the world.
Yes, you're so smart.
And then like Lexi is like how you actually attack the world.
Yes. Stand-up comedian, little joke writer. I literally just like write jokes all day. I watch stand-up all day.
Who do you like to watch?
Who do I like to watch?
Yeah.
Well, you want to know? I listen to comedy albums. So
Cool.
I do watch stand-up all day, but most of the time I'm really listening to comedy albums. Like my music library, I barely have any music, and it's just comedy albums. So when I'm on the subway, when I'm walking anywhere.
Yeah.
The other night
do you listen to comedy in headphones?
Oh, yeah.
I do find that like some albums, especially like ones in theaters, like the crowd noise kind of bothers me in a headphone. I kind of like that experience better on a speaker, you know? But yeah, who do you listen to when you're on the subway and stuff?
So I listen to when I'm on the subway. Well, the last album I listened to, I was listening to Hannibal because I met him on Monday. So Monday I ran into him and I was like,
shout out to Hannibal.
Yeah, shout out to Hannibal. So I was like, oh yeah, like this guy.
Yeah.
So then I was like, let me listen to his comedy album.
You listen to My Name is Hannibal?
I listened to that one, and I listened to, there was another one that was the most popular one on Apple Music. The cover is black and white.
Black and white.
Yes, the cover is black and white. But yeah, so I listened to the most popular one, and then I listened to his intro. Another comedian I listen to is, well, sometimes people, oh my god, actually I don't want to say this because people be like, girl, what are you talking about? But people tell me I remind them of a lot of different comics. And one time somebody told me that I reminded them of Norm Macdonald, so I started listening to Mad Norm Macdonald.
Oh yeah, Norm Macdonald's great. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. Norm Macdonald for sure. Yeah. No, he's got some funny jokes. He had this show, I think it was on Netflix, where like at the end of the show, they would write the most horrible jokes, and then he'd have to read them. He and his guests would read them. It would be so funny. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Norm.
Excuse me. Yeah, I have to look into that. What was the name of the show?
I don't remember the name of the show. I do remember watching it. It might be on YouTube. Well, Norm Macdonald had a show, like, I want to say like 5-6 years ago, and yeah, they would do this thing where they would they'd have all the jokes on note cards. It was pretty funny. Yeah. We don't look up anything on this podcast. So,
okay.
Yeah, or else I'd look it up and tell you. But
I wasn't sure.
We don't Google. We try to just stay with like what's in our brains, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of podcasts where people do quick Googles and try to come up with a take real quick. And yeah, I try not to do that.
You keep it real.
I try to keep it real.
I love that.
Yeah. Keeping it real. Lexi, what's your favorite color sky?
Wait, what?
What's your favorite color sky?
What's my favorite color sky?
Yeah.
Oh, Purple.
Purple?
Yeah.
Okay. Like a middle of the night purple, or like a sunsetting?
Like sunset.
Got you.
Yeah.
But like later in the sunset, when the more indigo hues come in.
Yeah.
Got
like
you.
A yellow, orange, pink, purple.
Okay. Yeah. If you could be any animal, what animal would you be?
If I could be any animal, I think I would be a dolphin.
A dolphin?
Yeah.
They say dolphins are really smart. They say that they are very emotional, intelligent, far beyond what we are, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a mammal thing. Maybe mammals out here are soft.
Maybe. I feel like I relate to dolphins a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. And if I was an animal, I probably would be the smartest one.
Okay.
Yeah. What do I like about dolphins? Well, I like water a lot. I'm a water sign, so I love how they just maneuver through the water.
Okay. What sign? I don't know air, fire, water. I really don't
Really?
know concrete. Yeah, but like what sign are you?
I'm a Pisces.
Oh, a Pisces.
Yes.
Okay, my wife's a Pisces.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
wow. Oh, she's great then. You're in for like a happy life, brother.
Hey, I hope so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. You're in for a really happy life.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you found love.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, she's in for an okay life.
She's in for an okay life for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you hit the lotto.
Mm-hmm. I should have the alter ego. I'm the twin.
You should.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
probably do. I just don't have a wig. But like,
And that's what's stopping you.
Yeah, I think Rob, the comedian, how I am in comedy spaces, how I am in workspaces is a different person than like how I am other times.
Yeah.
And it throws people, you know? Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if Rob Haze, the comedian, could be Hoochie. You know what I'm saying?
You could be something. You could be something, but yeah.
So you like water? You know how to swim?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
You ever do any like, I don't know, wakeboarding, jet skiing, surfing?
So I've done like paddle boating. I've done canoeing and kayaking.
Okay.
So I'm more like a boat girl than like putting myself just like out there,
Got
you know,
you.
just like on a surfboard for like a shark to come get me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rather just be in a boat.
Paddleboarding, kayaking, any of those you had to work with somebody else?
I think I've been doing this since I was a kid. So I used to go to summer camp.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a camp girl. And whatnot.
Sleepaway camp.
Yeah, I went to Jesus camp for 9 years.
Jesus camp.
Yes.
Okay. And y'all did like water stuff at Jesus camp?
Yeah, we did. What did I do there? I guess it was paddle boating. Yeah, it was paddle boating that we did there. And we would also like swim in the lake every summer and whatnot.
Yeah.
With tadpoles and algae. Yeah.
Okay. And pray it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and prayed up. Yeah.
Were you super religious?
Yeah, I mean, I still, like, people don't really, like, know this that much about me, but I am very, very spiritual. Like, I'll say I'm very spiritual. But yeah, like, I love God, like, so much. Like, literally, like, I go to church, like, I read my Bible every day.
Okay.
Yeah. So my mom, she didn't really go to church like that, but my grandmother worked within the church. So I think my mom's, like, her guilt was like, well, I'm just going to send her to Jesus camp every summer because my mom was like a Christmas, Easter Christian. So yeah, every summer for about a month, I would go sleep in the woods in the Poconos, no electronics. My friends had to write me letters and worship Jesus 3 times a day.
I forget you're younger than me because I'm like, no electronics, that ain't nothing. You leave that little CD player at home, but you talking about a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never went to sleepaway camp. Well, no, I went to one. I always went to day camp, which is just like school, and then you go home, you know, at the end of the day or whatever. And so, yeah, I went to like a science day camp or like they had one for the gifted students in Atlanta. I went to.
Oh, you were one of the gifted ones? Oh, look at you.
Gifted program, yeah. We shoot off rockets and, you know, make a movie or different stuff we would do. But yeah, we had plays and stuff. I was in the plays. But one year I was in debate camp and we did sleep away, and that was pretty dope.
I was also on the debate team.
Yeah, what type of debate did you do?
When I was on the debate team, I pretty much just argued. I think it's the affirmative.
Okay. So did you do policy debate?
We didn't really do policy. We just like in school we would have topics, and we would get like a list of topics, and they would tell us like you're arguing against this or you're arguing for it, and depending on what the topic was, I would like most of the time argue for it, and it would just be things about like. They would be topical things, but it was stuff like the school came up with. It was like issues, like it would say like climate change. Like right now there's, the climate is changing because of this, that, and the other. And it's like, you get assigned this and then you get assigned that.
Got you. Did you ever have a partner?
Yeah, I did have a partner. Well, I had somebody that I shadowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did a policy debate, which is like, there's a national topic each year, and then you got to do research on that topic. And then it's like 2-on-2 debates, and we would go all over the state of Georgia, and then state championships. And then if you did well, then you went to nationals. I never went to nationals.
Oh, wow. Okay, so yours was like really legit. I think mine, like, I'm like mine. We just would do like the 3 high schools in our area. Like we would just go around to them. So going to nationals, I didn't do it my senior year. I'm like, maybe that's something that like the people who were like more accelerated did, but I know like at my level they were just like, yeah, y'all just gonna battle the same like 3 high schools.
I mean, there was like there was JV, and then there was varsity, and there was novice. Novice was like people who was just starting, and then JV was people who kind of know what's going on, and then varsity was like
I think I made it up to like
the
JV.
people like going crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, in my head I was gonna get a debate scholarship in school, but it just never worked out. I never got to go to nationals. I never got to never got to do that. But at the same time, I was fine. I ended up somewhere and figured out how to get to college. Did you go to college?
No, I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Straight into the real world. What did you do before stand-up?
So before stand-up, I actually worked in fashion.
Okay.
And I was a wardrobe stylist. I worked at MTV. I worked at Viceland. I worked at ABC.
Okay. Yeah. Who'd you style?
So when I was at Vice, actually, I helped style my friend Zach Fox.
Okay.
Yeah, and Marie Faustin.
Okay. Vice Live.
Yes.
I did an episode of that.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It got canceled.
Yeah. But it made for a funny line in Jesus is the One.
Yeah. That's why it's so like full circle, because I was so embedded in my fashion career at the time, and I look back and I'm like, wow, one of my first jobs that I had, I got to style 5 stand-up comedians like every night.
Yeah.
And
I see Sandy in LA, and
Sandy. It was so fun dressing them. It was such a great time, but I never thought that I would be a comedian. It was like really, really crazy that even like happened now.
Right. Well, how did you get into comedy?
Really how I got into comedy is I was living in LA, and in LA I was just like being like a socialite, being a hot girl. Like I was kind of like over my fashion career at that point. But I had a lot of connections, so I was pretty much just like living, trying to find like, my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I was praying to God. I'm like, God, like, please give me my purpose. Like, what should I do? And he was like, go to comedy school. And I was like, why the hell would I go to comedy school? No, seriously. I'm like thinking like, is this clown college? Like, I didn't go to real college.
How did God say this to you?
So, well, it was either God or a comedy god. And because the comedy gods talk to me sometimes. And yeah, they do. Do you believe in the comedy gods? You sound like
I believe a little bit.
No, I believe like in the comedy gods. I
think the comedy gods help the people who like help prevent flukes from happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's a big showcase, somebody got on it. They're not quite ready. The comedy gods is going to throw a monkey wrench in there.
Mm-hmm.
And how the person deals with it is going to determine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I do believe in that. But
I've prayed to the comedy gods, and the comedy gods have they bless me, but my real God blesses me too. Anyway, so this was actually my real God telling me this. So
you saw a sign, or like the Uber accidentally dropped you at the comedy store? Or
I literally, God was telling me this. So it was like a lingering thought in the back of my head. It was just, go to comedy school, go to comedy school. And I'm like, what? I'm literally at this time, I'm like, why the hell would I go to comedy school? Like, again, like, I'm like, is this like clown college?
Right.
So I'm looking up comedy schools. Mind you, I was working a very bougie job at that time. I was just working at a restaurant, but I was making a lot of money.
Okay.
And I was just living it up. I was like, this is just so random.
Where does a socialite hot girl hang out in LA? What's like the spot?
Oh, well, you want to know, these spots are burnt out now because spots get burnt out so quickly in LA.
All right. Not cool enough to know, guys. You know.
Yeah, it's overrated now.
I tried for the people that want to know where the socialite hot girls at, but hey, they burnt out.
They're not cool anymore. And I don't know any of the new spots because I don't go back to LA a lot. But yeah, so then I was looking up comedy schools and I saw Groundlings.
Okay.
Which is like one of the best improv schools in the country.
Yeah.
Thank you to Groundlings because I took 3 courses there. And yeah, Groundlings is awesome. I took 3 courses there. I'm so much smarter. But yeah, so I just paid to take some classes. I had to like audition to get into like the intermediate level improv. I did that for 6 weeks. I think it was like 2 hours a week for 6 weeks. And then I also took a script writing class there. And yeah, I graduated and I was like, okay, that was cool. And I was like, what do I do with this now? Like, I literally didn't know what to do. So then something was telling me to leave LA. Well, I guess it was God again. He was like, now leave LA. And I was like, oh, I'm having such a great time. I'm making so much money. But he was like, no, leave. So then I quit my job. I went back to New York City. Mm-hmm. And it was actually kind of ghetto when I moved back, to be honest. Because my lifestyle wasn't the same because I didn't have a job.
Right.
And I was on a day job at this point. So I'm just working like this little temp job. And the PA says to me on set, one of the assistants on set, he's like, I do stand-up. And I'm like, you know what? I feel like I should do stand-up. And he was like, there's this dive bar.
I would be so insulted if it was like, yo, you got to come to my show. I do stand-up. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to do it too. Like, no, man. No, that's not what I wanted.
It was like, because I literally, like, did not... Like, I don't know, just to meet someone who said they did stand-up was just so, like, strange at that time. And when he said it, it was like the words just really sank in my brain. And I was like, stand-up. That's it. Like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, a little, like, light bulb went off. And this was now, I was back from LA for, like, a month now. Mm-hmm. So he's like, well, there's this bar that's really good for first-timers. He's like, it's in the East Village. You know, just go there. It's open mic. So I go there. I bring my homegirl with me. I'm like, I think I need to do stand-up. So I'm like, come with me. Like, I need support. So I pull up to this dive bar. I pay $5.
You paid?
Yeah, I paid $5. Tell jokes for 5 minutes. And then it's a sober bar. It's a sober bar. So I thought this was going to be like drunk people, like ready to laugh.
Yeah.
And they were all like, no, we're highly alert because we're off of caffeine and we're all from AA. And I was like, wow, okay. So I go up there and I had some material that I like wrote, but then I just had some that I didn't. So I just go up there and I'm just saying whatever. And then towards the end of my set, I say like this one little bit and it gets some laughs. There's only like 8 people in there anyway, but it gets some laughs. And then the guy who hosted the mic, he said, if you could get 1 laugh, keep going. And then I went home and I wrote as much as I could. And after that, like, I just had a career. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, like, what brought you to Atlanta? Because the first time I saw you was on Instagram and you were at the Laughing Skull. And that's like a home club, like, where I started and stuff. And so I'm seeing that and I'm like, oh, man, nobody's telling me about this comic, you know. And so, yeah, how'd you get hooked up with the Atlanta comedy scene?
So I actually used to live in Atlanta during the pandemic.
Okay.
But I wasn't doing comedy at that time. And yeah, I move around a lot. I do. Like, that's why I'm a road comic too. And I don't really mind it. I mean, there's definitely like downsides to it because it's like really lonely. But I don't mind just like getting up and like going to a million like cities back to back to back for shows. Like,
right.
Yeah, it's like really easy for me. But yeah, so I moved to Atlanta during the pandemic, and I just, oh my gosh, you're going to be like, you're listening to this voice all the time. I don't even know why I moved to Atlanta. I just heard a voice that told me to move to Atlanta. So I moved there, and that's when I was like, yeah, so it was the pandemic, so we were all locked inside, and I started posting on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And I built an audience, and like I guess I was like a TikToker. That was like my short-lived TikToker career.
Okay. You ever go straight to camera on TikTok and just talk? Yeah. Okay.
So I had like I was like it was very niche, my following and my people, but yeah, like I just had like all these people follow me on TikTok. Got like 250,000 followers from like literally zero. And that was a fun time. So I was living in Atlanta, and I made a lot of connections. And when I was doing comedy, I'm like, if I want to, you know, be on the road, like I got to really put myself out there. And I had a lot of friends that live there. So I'm like, hey girl, like, can I like stay with you for a week and just like go around town and like tell jokes? And they were like, yeah. So I just have a lot of friends out there.
No, that's part of it for sure.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite place to do stand-up, like on the road?
My favorite place changes.
Okay.
You want to know, actually, this is my favorite just because it was like, it was kind of bad. This is why it was like my favorite. Baltimore.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just did Baltimore, and I hated it, but I loved it. I like hated it so much I loved it.
How many nights?
I did 3 nights.
3 nights?
2 shows each night.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah.
What did you hate it every night?
Yeah, but every night it was making me stronger.
Okay.
But yeah, because in Baltimore they're so mean. They are so mean. I was like, what is in the seafood boils, guys? Like, come on. Like, they are so mean. And yeah, they just have like really bad attitudes, and it was like a black room. And when I was going out there, like they were just like mad. They were mean mugging me. Like they were like underwhelmed, and I really wanted to like, I guess, I don't know, this sounds like right. I really wanted to like break that room. Like I'm like doing my best material. I'm like, guys, this is like, you know, this is my top stuff. Like this is really good bits that
right,
you know,
right.
I only give this to the special people. And yeah, I wanted them to like really feel me and understand me, and it just like they were just all mean mugging me the whole entire show. I'm like, what the heck? So then I just totally like went off the last night. I just went off of the grid, like, well, not off the grid. That probably doesn't sound good. Like I just stopped doing my material. Yeah. And I was just like riffing, and I was being mean to them, and the whole crowd went wild, and everyone was like dying laughing.
Okay.
Because I was mean back.
What's the vibe? So you have a awkward night or a rough night that like maybe Friday, but then, you know, do you ever think about what the people that work at the club, how they feel about you, or like, I don't know.
The people who work at the club, they always like love me. They're always like, I don't know, they always tell me like I did good after, or they'll just say like, oh, you needed a younger crowd, or they'll be like, those people are hating tonight or something like that. Or they'll like give me info on the city. They'll be like, yeah, this is just how they are. So yeah, I've never had like a problem with like the workers.
Well, yeah, not a problem, but I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah. They've always just had good things to say about me, yeah.
If I have a weird show on a weekend, I am kind of like, I have ammo for the next show to be like, all right, if anything, I want the people who work here to like not see me in a negative light, you know?
I like, I know you mean, but it's like it's comedy. So that's
It
the
is
thing.
comedy.
It's comedy.
Right.
Like,
And part of
yeah.
comedy is chemical and like how you feel.
yeah.
You know, so like if you don't feel right, or if you don't like, you know, what's happening, or you don't believe in it, then it can't work.
Yeah, and I knew it wasn't going to be like a great thing. I did not go to Baltimore and think like, oh my God, like I'm going to kill it. Like I'm just going to knock this room out the park. Like that wasn't my mindset at all. I thought it was definitely going to be like, and it was that, but like I just came out and it was, but yeah, like I just know that even though that may have like not really been like my room for sure, like at the end of the day, like I want to make everybody laugh. I want to be able to make everybody laugh. So I'm like, I have to make people laugh. Like this is my job and I'm going to figure out how to make these people laugh. So as soon as I went like out of my written material, that's when they finally laughed. And again, I had to be mean to them. I don't normally have to be mean to my audiences because I'm a very like nice girl.
Okay.
But yeah, once I started roasting them, they were like eating it up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you you have anybody on the road with you?
When I do like my own little dates and whatnot, I do try and like see who's in town. Like I'm like, oh, I'm going to this city. Like who's here that would want to open for me? But I have had people let me open for them, which is cool.
How do you like that?
The thing is like, cause I thought it's like cool to open for bigger comics, especially like when they're like selling out rooms. But I feel like my comedy is like a little, I don't know, like a little bit niche. And not everyone is going to understand my style. And the thing is like, I am a younger comedian. And I really want to like find my age group. So I feel like when I'm like opening up for like more veteran comics, like it's just like an older crowd.
Right.
And I'm like, this would hit more if these were just like my people. So I do like to like have that visibility and just like opportunity and whatnot to be able to connect with a new group of people. But sometimes it is annoying because I'm like, I know eventually like my audience is going to be my audience and they'll just understand me and they'll find me. But when I'm performing in front of someone else's audience and my comedic style is so different than the headliners, like it's like I don't know how you guys are gonna receive this.
I mean, I think from the headliner's perspective, they want somebody different before them so that they don't have to worry about anybody stepping on their toes or like and also to give the show variety, you know. So I can see people like reaching out to you that are totally different from you because they know you won't, you know, step on their toes.
Yeah.
You know? What's your ideal audience?
Weirdos.
Weirdos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like weird.
You want to
people.
see like a sea of weirdos.
Not like weirdos like in a harmful sense. Like just like I guess just like I don't know, because I feel like, you know, like one of the things like I like about Zach is his audience is his audience. Like he's pretty like alternative in comedy. And even Hannibal is like pretty alternative. So yeah, I feel like to like understand their comedy, like while they're funny universally, those comics, they also just have people that like really get them and they're kind of like different than most, you know, comedy fans or just everyone else. So yeah, I'm just looking for like my own little cult following of like weirdos. Okay.
Interesting. What would you call your fans?
Oh, I have a name for them.
Name?
Yes.
My bad.
No, it's fine. The Jokaholics.
The Jokaholics?
Yeah, because I'm a Jokaholic, so my fans are Jokaholics.
But that could describe any comedy fan.
Well, no, because it's my fan name.
I mean,
unless you're gonna steal it.
No, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix might steal it.
Oh no,
like,
no one is gonna steal this. I will.
Warner Brothers might steal it.
Oh no, I'll send over that.
Jokaholics sound like they're really into the Joker.
No, don't even give them any of these ideas. What are you doing?
Jokaholics sounds like they play spades all the time.
No, you're giving too many ideas.
No, I'm just playing.
But yeah, so
the
my
Jokaholics.
Jokaholics.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Hoochie's fan base, what are they?
I guess my Hoochie fan base would just be like the Hoochie babies.
The Hoochie
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah. Hoochie
Okay,
babies.
we've heard of Hoochie daddies. We've heard of Hoochie mommies. We haven't heard about the Hoochie babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoochie babies.
Got you. Where's next? Where's this voice gonna tell you to move next?
Oh, right.
Are you good here?
Well, I'm a New Yorker. I'm always going to be a New Yorker. I'm
Right.
never not going to be in New York.
Mhm.
New York I love New York. Yeah, New York is one of the greatest cities in the world to me.
Okay.
It's not perfect, though, by any means, but
Right.
it's one of the greatest cities in the world. And it's one of the greatest cities to ever do comedy in. I'm so thankful that I'm a New York comic and that I get to come up on the New York comedy scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very important to me. I definitely want to be in New York for a little bit longer. I think I might move back to LA.
Okay.
Yeah. I said I wasn't going to live there again until, I was, rich and famous.
Got you.
So, as soon as I get rich and famous, that's where I'll go.
You'll go to LA when you're rich and famous?
Yeah, because I don't think it's, really that fun unless you're rich or famous. It's, a clout thing out there. Because, I did pretty good because I knew, a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I'm to really, feel this and, I would have to just be bigger and have more money.
I feel like the biggest people.
But I could be poor and happy in New York. In New York, oh my God, $5 in my pocket in New York, I could have a day. I'll feel amazing. But
What could you do with $5?
$5 in your pocket in New York City? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, are you kidding me? Okay, well if it's warm, you could go on the train and then you hop the train, so that's already free. And then
Okay.
you go to Chinatown or whatever. You could get some dumplings and whatnot. You get cheap dumplings. So you get your little dumplings.
Okay.
You get a little mango tea, and then you could go back on the train again, free. And then you hop off at Central Park, and then you go lay on a rock and you eat your dumplings and you dream and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or alternative, you could go to Five Below, spend the whole 5 right there, ball out, get a hula hoop, and then go near the water and just hula hoop near the water.
I got you. There's probably cleaner water somewhere else, but yeah, I guess you could do that for sure.
Yeah.
When's the last time you hopped the turnstile?
Probably 2 days ago.
What?
Yeah. I know.
You doing too well to be. You just hopping the turnstile for sport.
Yeah, honestly, because I can't afford it now. There were times that I couldn't, but I can definitely afford it now.
Right.
I don't do it all the time though.
And they got tap. You could just tap your phone.
I don't do it if it's too difficult. If I'm wearing a dress, you'll never see me hopping a turnstile because
Okay.
I'm not gonna have my coochie out just because I'm trying to avoid paying $2.90.
Right.
But yeah, I guess I don't have to. It's more of a stick it to the man thing.
The MTA is the
Yeah.
man?
It's more sticking it to the MTA. Honestly, I can't say the F word, but F the MTA.
Why? Oh, is that a personal rule?
Actually, yeah, F the MTA.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody's always F12. F the MTA.
I don't know if the MTA ever did anything but try to get you where you need to be.
No, not hard enough.
I got on the bus today. It was pleasant. I walked through a whole double-decker bus in Harlem or whatever to get to
No.
an empty seat, and it was fine. And then I got to my stop, and I got right off.
Every day doesn't have to be bad, but there are times that it's definitely F the MTA.
But what is the MTA's fault?
No, it is
the crazy
MTA.
people on the train. It's not the people driving the train.
The MTA police, they're the worst police. Literally, they just play Candy Crush all day on their phones, and then they will shoot people for hopping the turnstile. That's another reason.
Oh,
Murder.
You don't want to be shot.
I just think it's crazy that they shoot people for hopping the turnstile. Yeah.
Some people think it's crazy to hop the turnstile holding a hula hoop when you can afford to do so.
That would get me caught up for sure. But yeah, no, I think they just like put like too much like money into the things that don't actually matter, and I think that MTA should be a lot safer, and I think it should be it should be a lot safer, and it should be a lot faster and a lot cleaner. So because of that, I am boycotting them.
You should run for city council.
Thank you. I should actually, because I have a way better like rap sheet than our mayor. He's like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Some people quit because they couldn't even like accuse him of stuff.
Yeah, he's a criminal, I guess, and he has all this drama and whatnot. I never been to jail, so I feel like I could do a better job than him.
Is there anything you want to promote? Anything you want to tell the people?
Anything I want to promote? Just like my Instagram and whatnot. The Lexi Kennedy is where you can find me. And then in the spring I'm gonna be posting some dates that I'm going on later this year.
Okay.
So that's exciting. Little tour dates. I'm probably gonna do 5 dates.
Got
you. Yeah.
Like a mini tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that.
People can see you live.
Yeah.
The Jokaholics out there.
The Jokaholics. Yeah.
Dope. Well, thanks so much for coming through to the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze.
Yes, thank you for having me. Ooh, main hoe outro. Okay. Oh my gosh, was I bad?